Bryon Powell of iRunFar here, just outside Chamonix, France, for the 2011 Ultra-Trail du Mont-Blanc with Topher Gaylord, President and CEO of Mountain Hardwear Montrail. How are you doing today, Topher?
Good. We're here in Chamonix. It's getting ready to run around the Mont Blanc.
A little wet today, and it could be a little wet on Friday, but such is life.
You know, it's been perfect weather basically all week coming up to the race. You know, we're still 2 days out. You never know exactly what the weather's going to be. It's the Mont Blanc. It's the highest point in Western Europe, and the weather can be anything. You've got to be prepared for it.
Totally. Well, Topher might be the head of an outdoor company right now. He's run this race 8 times?
8 times. Yeah, this will be my eighth tour.
Awesome. So tell us a little bit about the race itself.
I mean, I consider this one of the most inspiring races in all the world. I mean, you've got now on the UTMB 2,500 runners from 65 countries running through 3 countries. It's one of the most inspiring and energizing races. You're circling the rooftop of Europe, the Mont Blanc Massif itself. You run through 7 different valleys, and the views and the energy is absolutely electrifying. There's nothing like it in the world that's as energizing. And in the start, and because of that energy, it's a peculiar race because you got to be really careful when you start, because there is so much energy with the spectators, with the crowds, and kind of just all of the festivities that encompass the actual run itself.
Yeah, having been here at the start last year, and having done all the American Ultras, it is not even a level above, multiple levels above that energy.
I mean, it's amazing, and you've got the best runners from Asia, the best Japanese runners here, incredible talent from Europe, and we've got the best runners from the U.S. that are here as well. And the race keeps growing every year. The organization keeps getting better, and just a really, really special race.
So, you've been a racer 7 times in the past, but you've also had a big role in forming this race and having it grow in those years. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I mean, I've always had a very special relationship with Catherine and Michelle Poletti. You know, I was actively involved as a partner of the race since you know, before the very first edition, and it's been great to see the Polettis and the entire race organization really develop this race year after year. The very first year was 2003. There were 800 participants, and 67 people finished the full tour that year. This year, as you know, there's 2,500 runners. They'll have likely around half that to finish. So, you know, it's been a huge transformation. But each year, the organization has just done a better job of just tuning the race, but really bringing out the culture and the spirit of each valley and each town. As you go through each village, there's so much pride in each of the different villages around the Mont Blanc that just make it so special. I mean, you're running from France into Italy, into Switzerland, and back into France, and with each one of those elements, it's just so unique with the way the mountain culture comes to life. I mean, there's thousands of years of mountain culture here, and it just comes to life in the run itself.
Yeah. What moments are you looking forward to most? Ooh, I mean, I know you've done a lot, but there has to be something you're just like...
Yeah, you know, the start is one of the most energizing experiences, you know. I mean, you know, like a lot of ultra runners, this race really has a special place in my heart, and I come back to it. So there's the camaraderie between the runners at the start that's just so wonderful, because you really do have all these different cultures and countries that are lining up at the start line, and Chamonix is just so picturesque, the start there. The other element I think that really inspires me is the sunrise as you're running on the Italian side of the Mont Blanc. You know, assuming we have good weather on Saturday morning, you've been running all night, you're about halfway into the race, completely exhausted, and then the alpenglow comes, the sun rises, and you just get the most dramatic views of the Mont Blanc Massif at sunrise. It's really electrifying, really cool.
Awesome, I can't wait for that.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna be rocking it there. But if no matter how tired you are, it's like an injection of adrenaline. It's really an emotional experience.
So you got two Montrail athletes here. You got Jeff Rose.
Yeah.
He's coming back for another year. He tried it last year before they canceled it. And Dakota Jones here for the first time. What do you tell us a little bit about how you think your athletes are going to do this weekend?
I mean, Dakota and Jeff are some of the strongest in the world, and I think they've got the right attitude and obviously the right training and the experience. I mean, Dakota was second in the Hard Rock 100. He has got good legs, so that was 7 weeks ago. I think he's recovered well. He's been training up in Colorado all summer.
Is there any other American hunter that's as close to UTMB as Hard Rock?
You know, it's hard to know for sure how the two compare. I think those are probably the most comparable because both have over 30,000 feet of climbing. And so Dakota, I think Dakota arrived. He ran a couple races here in Europe. He got here early, so he's well acclimatized. And you know, he and Killian ran up the Mont Blanc from Les Ouches on Sunday together. So I was 13,000 feet up, 13,000 feet down on the Sunday before the Friday race. So, and his legs feel good. So I think he's approaching it with the right level of humility, which is really important in this race. And likewise, Jeff. I mean, Jeff's one of the most cool, understated guys I know on the planet. He knows the 100-mile distance inside and out. He's raced Killian. He's raced all of the other incredibly talented runners in the field here that we have. And you know, I think the key in this race for both those guys is just going to be for them to run their race, not get caught up. There's probably 50 guys that can be top 10, and the ones that will be top 10 will all be guys that ran their own race.
How do you think about your own race coming up this weekend?
Well, I'm feeling.
What are you shooting for?
I'm feeling pretty good. This race, I always take the approach of I want to finish. You know, and it's just too beautiful of a race, no matter what, not to finish. And you know, we make enormous efforts, all of us, to travel halfway around the world to make the time in our lives to come run the race. So for me, it's about finishing. So I've got other goals that are perhaps a little faster than finishing, but if those don't go to plan, I've already got myself mentally prepared to just reset the clock and make sure we get it done. But I'm feeling pretty good. I mean, you know, I've had several really good runs here. So I think I can have a good one, but for me it's all about eating right and keeping the right pace and also running my own race as well.
So as the person who I've spoken with who's run the most UTMBs, any last piece of advice for me?
Well, I mean, my advice, Bry, is run your own race and make sure you're eating really well, and be careful with the cold too, because you know, that first night the cold can catch you out. And take it easy on that first descent. That first descent into St. Gervais can be, that can tenderize the quads, and you can pay for it later in the course. But just have an incredible time and just soak up and enjoy the energy that this race has, because it's incredible. And no matter what, don't stop till you get Chamonix.
All right. Cool. Well, best of luck in your own race, and thank you so much.
All right. Take care. Good luck.